Good morning and welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living, Eugene. My name is Kathy Day and I'm a practitioner here at Centers for Spiritual Living. And we are creating this moment in time together to be together, to go within, to contemplate our power, our authority, the loving guidance that it surrounds us always, to create our greater experience of life and love and peace and power and beauty and joy. So right here and right now, I want you to take a deep breath and release it. With each breath, I want you to breathe in love, the ever-present love that surrounds us even when we feel so separate from it. Love is always as close to us as our next breath. Breathe in love and release. Relax your face and your head. Breathe in and relax your neck and your shoulders. Let that relaxation flow into your back and your belly, all the way down to your hips, down to your thighs, knees, calves, and feet. Send that relaxation down to every toe. Send it down each arm, from the shoulders, down to the elbow, through the arms and the wrists to the hands. Sending that relaxation down into every fingertip. Breathe in love and breathe out any resistance to love. There is one life and one power, one presence, and all creation consists of and exists within this one life. This one life supports us, guides us, works with our thoughts to create our experience, our individual and unique experience of life. This power moves through, in, and as each plant, each tree, each blade of grass, each living creature, each and every person. It moves through us. It is our substance, our form, and our life. Breathe in love and breathe out any resistance. Open to the beauty that surrounds us. It's certainly easy to see the beauty in a flower or a tree or a bird. But there is beauty in a chair that supports us. There is beauty in the process of traffic that gets us from one place to the other, in this perfect flow of cooperation with all the other drivers. And we all get where we need to go. There is beauty in the sky and the seasons. As we move into autumn, we recognize the lessons of nature. The time where the trees let go of their leaves. They stop funneling energy into the leaves because it no longer requires them. And the leaves turn color and are gracefully and gently released to fall to the ground. And how beautiful the first sprinkling of the autumn leaves are, that it looks like confetti on the grass. And it is in celebration of the party that life can be when we take time to recognize that our good is right here and right now. And in the letting go of the leaves, we learn that we get to let go of those things, those ideas that no longer serve us. That maybe they were good for us at one time, but the person that we are now, the directions we are going in now, that those ideas and those activities and those things no longer serve our good. And we can just as easily let go and release, just like the trees do. And in the fall, when the trees release their leaves, the leaves break down and feed the tree. So too, the things that we release and let go of go out into the world and create a perfect and beautiful flow so that everybody has what they need. Because we're no longer clinging to something we don't need anymore. Breathe in the love. Breathe out resistance to love. Step into gratitude. The gratitude for life. The gratitude for a smiling stranger. The gratitude for a laughing child. The gratitude for the memories of the sweetness and goodness that has popped up here and there within our lives. Remember those things fondly and joyfully. And it's just like they're here right now. Moving into fall, we enter a state of dormancy. It's a time of quiet, of contemplation, of resting and preparing for the next stage of growth. Release any resistance you might have to this time of rest. Give yourself this gift. Nature does it automatically, without a thought, as part of its process. But we as human beings thinking and deciding and believing, we get to choose. So choose today what serves your highest growth, what serves your greatest creativity, what serves the life you are creating right now. Our life up until now has been created by our thoughts and beliefs that we had before. So now is time to plant a new seed, a new idea, a new expanded belief about what is possible for us. What do we want to entertain as our experience of life? Do we want to see more beauty? Do we want to see more love? Do we want to see greater cooperation? Do we want to see greater evidence of our own prosperity? Whatever it is, open to the idea that it is possible. And it is possible for you. There's a big difference there. Sometimes we see something's possible for everybody else, but we don't accept that it's possible for us. So expand that idea with each breath of love, breathing in and releasing any resistance. Contemplate the directions that you would love your life to take. The lovely things you'd like to see, the beautiful people you'd like to meet, the wonderful ideas you would like to exchange with others of like mind. The moments of harmony and grace that we give, the moments of harmony and grace that we receive from people we know and from people we may never know. We are grateful for our good in all its forms. Breathe in love. And breathe out gratitude. How important breath is to breathe it in, but also to breathe it out. It's part of the circulation of life through us. The breathing in of what we require, the breathing out of what we no longer require. And knowing that as we exhale, the carbon dioxide we do not need goes out to the plants, which need the carbon dioxide, and take it in. And they in turn release oxygen for us. What a perfect symbiotic relationship we have with nature. We do our part with a simple breathing in and breathing out. We give thanks for community, all the different communities that we're a part of, people and places that make a space for us to be, people that get us, that we feel safe with, people who are with us through the good and the not so good. Because we all have loss. We all have pain. But how much easier is it to move through that loss and pain with our communities? Breathe in love. Breathe out any resistance to love. Come back to the room. Know that you are blessed. Thank you very much for being here.
hope my mic is on, but I'm sure y'all can hear me. Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Radiant and this is my great friend Kevin. We're wonderful members of your Joy Note song leading team. Am I on yet? I don't want to get too far into it, and because I love my people at home who are watching. I love the rewatch. I'm so grateful that you tuned in with us. And now if you'll rise, we'll sing a couple sing-alongs. Think of your fellow man, lend a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know we won't let hatred grow, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. 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 All right, y'all, feel that little love in your heart? Let's make it bigger by sharing it with others. If you'll please turn to your neighbor and greet them. If you see someone new, shake their hand, say hi. And if you're at home, please don't hesitate to reach out to close friends and family. Hug your cat for me or your dog. It's a great place to be, and we love celebrating every Sunday.
Good morning, Radiant.
Good morning. And if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song. The God in me beholds the God in
Turn
to your neighbor and sing it to them if you happen to be by someone.
Namaste.
The God in me beholds the God in you.
Namaste.
All is beautiful.
All is well. All is beautiful. All is well.
The God in me beholds
The God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. All is beautiful. All is well. All is beautiful. All is well.
I just love coming to our center and being washed in the sound of our love. And I hope that you felt it too. And if you want to feel that and you are at home, please consider coming and sitting with us. We have lots of space if you want a social distance. We just appreciate all of the people online and the people at home. And if you have any devices, please silence them now. And thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday with us.
Good morning. The chairs are kind of weirding me out, but I'm okay. How y'all doing today? It's kind of rainy right now, but we needed the rain. Some people prayed for the rain to make their gardens grow and to clear the air and stuff, to get rid of the smoke and all that stuff. So I'm grateful for the rain today. My name is Sister V, and I'm so grateful that you're all here today. I'm grateful that you are watching us online. Every time I come to the center, it's always, I always get such energy from you all because you all are such loving spirits and beings, and that's what we come here to be, is to share this love and to share this one spirit and to share this one mind. That's what our principles are, the sharing of this love and kindness and joy. And that's why I come to the Center for Spiritual Living, Eugene. How about you? And if you're here for the first time, we invite you to fill out one of those forms out there in the foyer with your name and your email address and all those goodies, so we can get in contact with you and let you know what's going on in our community. There's so many things that are going on. Classes, we had a conference coming up. Please sign up for that. And all sorts of things going on. I just want to share with you, we sang that song, All is Beautiful, All is Well, and love. This theme is love this month, right? And in my spiritual journey, things pop up all the time, and it's like, wow, look at God go. And you kind of stop being amazed and just take in the blessing. And a couple of weeks ago, I'm going to share this story with you real quick. A couple of weeks ago, my wife, she saved somebody's life. And I mean, literally saved their life. And I'm going to try not to choke up. But, she was just talking. She's on Facebook and stuff, and she's on this, one of those groups and stuff. And she was just reading, and some people are mean on social media. And she just felt for this one person, and she reached out and said, all you need is a kind word. And she reached out to that person and gave her a kind word and said, here's my phone number. You could call me. And she started talking to this person, and that person was really, really down, was not feeling the love, was not seeing their truth in themselves. And she relayed, some of the things that we teach here at Centers for Spiritual Living. To share the love, that you're not alone, that there is kindness and joy in the world, and everything we have is within us. And my wife started telling her these things, and she said, she was about to end it. She was by a river. She was about to end her life that day. And she came, my wife talked to her, and things turned around 360. She was homeless. She needed a place to stay. She was living in a campground, and things, we just kept pouring into her. Things are going to work out. We're going to get you people to help you in our community out there in Oak Ridge. And people start stepping up from the local churches. And it was just, this is another amazing thing. This woman, she went to the same church that my wife's mother goes to there in Oak Ridge, and they sit next to each other. And she gave a testimony about some woman who changed her life. And my mother-in-law was crying, and she goes, what the hell, oh my gosh. And she was naming my wife. And but my mother-in-law was saying, well, I sit next to this woman. She has this dog that's very annoying, and he always licks me and stuff. and, but she embraced this woman, and saying, you never know who you're sitting next to and what troubles they're going through. So 360, everything. She has a place to move into, a trailer coming up Monday. She's been selling some paintings. I tried to get her to get some paintings together. She got some paintings together, and she's selling them out there in the community in Oak Ridge. So that's just the power of this teaching. I just wanted to put that out there, okay? And that's why I just had to share that, because it was like, I mean, saving somebody's life, that's a tremendous thing. And we never know. We never know the light that we share with someone. So continue to share your light with people. Continue to be loving and joyous and kind, because that's what we're about. Okay. I'm going to read the Declaration of Principles. This is our last Declaration of Principles for the month, okay? And it's about self-determination. How apropos. We believe in our own soul, our own spirit, our own destiny, for we understand that life is God. And before we move on, I'm going to tell you that today our practitioner of the day was Reverend Liz, who's going to give us a treatment. But before that, we're going to sing a song together, and we are one.
You can hold hands if you feel free. We
are
are
one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one.
Good morning, all you beautiful godlings. This is the day the Lord hath made, and we should rejoice and be glad in it. I bless this Sunday's celebration. I bless our spiritual home, the Center for Spiritual Living, Eugene. I bless the talented musicians and singers who share their gifts and talents to uplift this celebration today. And I bless all the volunteers who give of their time and service to help with the flow of today's service. And I know and trust that the Holy Spirit will speak through our Reverend Linda to deliver this morning's message that will inspire, uplift, and empower all of us here and all of us at home. So in this sacred space, I recognize that there is only one power. There is only one presence. There is only one intelligence that I call God. And this God is in all its creation. That means in you and me. So since we have already recognized the I am presence, how about we give God a morning hug? And how we do this is right hand on left shoulder, left hand on right shoulder, and squeeze. And all together now, let's say, good morning, God.
Good morning, God.
Way to go, godlings. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Liz, for that wonderful blessing. And now I just want to tell you through what's going on through our program today. Susan Cochran is holding high watch, and Reverend Linda Finley is going to be talking about Love Wins today. And today's music is by our lovely Blaine Moody. Take it away, Blaine. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the affirmations. Let's do that first, okay? It's the last affirmation for the month of September. October is fastly coming upon us, isn't it? Here it is. I'm going to say it one time for you all, and then you all repeat it with me, please. The Holy Spirit expresses itself as me, so I have the courage to be who I am and love who I am. I choose to remain aware of the presence of love in every being. Together, the Holy Spirit expresses itself as me, so I have the courage to be who I am and love who I am. I choose to remain aware of the presence of love in every being. And so it is. Blaine, my friend, you take it away.
Thank you. This is a song by Daniel Nahmod, one of my favorite songsters of this philosophy. One power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and we see it everywhere, every day. One power indescribable, but we speak of it with every word we say. It's mysterious until you know the truth. It's as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baalua, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power. We speak so many languages, different colors, different clothing, different names. But the difference is only dangerous if we forget in our hearts we're all the same. We'll remember if we close our eyes to see that the differences were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baalua, Hashem, or heaven's door. It's Mohammed, it's your mind, it's your soul, it's your sign, it's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power. And it's the moment of creation. It's the everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. The sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby. The serenity of sleep. And it's the anger you abandon for love that's most deep. One power. Oh, one power. It's the power of the love in you and me. One tower, one tower. It's all one power.
Y'all, it's a total miracle. I made it through that song without sobbing because I got to hold it down for this song. So, if you're new here, we're going to do a short meditation. It's a guided meditation after we sing this lovely song. And just feel free to, when we're done singing, feel free to close your eyes or have a downward gaze. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready
to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am
One power. One life. One source. One substance. Love. Moving in and through and as all of creation. One. my human mind trembles, trying to grasp the magnitude of the love, of the power, of the source energy that imbues everything, every single thing, every single being, even me. I am spirit, I am life expressing. I am that. I am. Grateful for the gift of life that moves through me, as me. I let go and let love guide the way. And I let it be so. And so it is. Thank you. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Oh. Thank you, Blaine and the band, for bringing Daniel Nahmod to life in such a beautiful way. And I just need to let you know, I guess, 16 years ago this Sunday, I got word from our office manager that my sister had called, and I did the service knowing what I was going to find out when I called my sister. And it was the day my mom died. And this Thursday, I got a message from my cousin's daughter, who's a friend of mine on Facebook, that her dad, who had Parkinson's, was going to be put on hospice, and they gave him about 7 days. And then when I got home from class, he had died. He had maybe 7 hours. And so I've been waiting for the tears to come all week, and here they are Sunday morning. So thank goodness I trust you and you. And the thing of it is, the topic this month that is love wins. And that's the truth. Love always wins. We think we have to get mean and ugly and angry. And love can be big and fierce and forceful, but it doesn't have to be angry. Because when someone does something that triggers me, and I am inspired to become angry, I am adding to their energy. And I am not creating any opportunity to heal, any opportunity to come together, any opportunity to develop in consciousness the truth of what it is and who it is and why we're here. And so this month we've been looking at the whole idea of love out loud. To love not just from the center of our being, but to love in physical, tangible ways. To be moved to call someone because you have the sense that they're having a rough patch. To reach out to others, to open the door, to smile, even when you don't feel like smiling, just because you see someone. To offer compassion and caring in a world where it feels really absent sometimes. It's never absent. It's just buried under so many protective layers. Radiant was telling me about this stone she found. And what the stone does is it gets colored up when it hits the elements. And it creates a new element to encase it, to protect it. But it's still the same stone. We can create elements that encase us, to protect us. But we're still the one source energy. We're still love. We're still that. And that's who we are, and that's how we live. God is all there is. And I know a lot of people are struggle with the G word. And spirit is all there is. Life is all there is. The force. I happen to love the force. And there is actually literally a story. Reverend Dr. David Walker, who was at one time the president of the organization known as Religious Science International, led the Los Angeles Center for Spiritual Living at the Wiltern Theater on Wilshire Boulevard. They met there on Sundays. They were literally a Sunday morning service at a movie theater. But anyway, one day, George Lucas came in. And Dr. Walker said, you know, I saw your interview with somebody on TV, and you were at Lucas, on the Lucas grounds. And behind you, there was the Science of Mind textbook on your bookshelf. And he said, yeah. And he says, well, I'm just curious if you follow that. And he goes, well, what do you think the force is? So there, you have it now. Now you know what the force is. You are here, the force, this is the force. This is what we're talking about. God is all there is. Love is all there is. We are looking for love in all the wrong things. We are looking for love outside of ourselves. We are looking for love in ways, if I just get a little thinner, if I just get a little stronger, if I just look a little younger, if I just have a cooler car, if I just fill in your blank, I'll be happy and I'll be lovable and I'll be loved and it'll all be good. Nah. There's a moment of feeling. But another beautiful teacher, Jane Claypool, did an exercise one time as a guest speaker at my center when I was studying to become a minister. And she said, imagine I'm your realtor. Describe to me 3 things you're looking for in the perfect house for you. What are 3 things that your house needs to have? Maybe it needs hardwood floors. Maybe it needs a fireplace. Maybe it needs solar panels. Maybe, what does it mean? What are 3 things that the house really needs to have? She says, now, here's the real work. What do those things actually represent to you? Is it the hardwood floor or the feeling of the hardwood floor? Is it the fireplace or the feeling of the fireplace? Is it the solar panels or what they represent? What do those things represent? Because you really don't want those things. You want that energy. You want that feeling. And if I can find you a place that has that feeling, even though it may be missing some of those things, you've got what you were looking for. You don't really want a car, you want the way the car is going to make you feel. You don't really want this, you want how it's going to make you feel. And that's where we have to realize that love can only come to us from within us, because that's where love lives, that's where love dwells, that's where love resides and develops and evolves. I have some good news and some bad news. You're not born to fit in. If you are worried about the fact that you don't fit in, that's the way you were born. You were supposed to not fit in. We are not supposed to be little clones of one another. We are not supposed to be the same little thing going together. We are supposed to be different. We are designed to be different. We are designed to be someone who fills in different pieces of the puzzle, different cogs in the wheel. Where one is strong, another is weak. Where one is weak, another is strong. Where we all work together. We are meant to be in community. We are meant to be together. We are meant to bring our specific gifts, our way of being, our particular brand of crazy is supposed to come with us so that it can meld with everyone else's particular brand of crazy. And with us all, we become bigger than the sum together. 2 become bigger than the 2. 5 become bigger than the 5. 10 become bigger than the 10. We become more than the number of the parts when we come together wholly and bring our gifts of who we are and how we love. And the thing that I want us to really realize, we may tend to think that our gifts are what we're really good at, our strengths. Our gifts can be our weaknesses. Our gifts can be the place where we think we're lacking. Krista Tippett, who has a beautiful podcast called On Being, it's Krista Tippett. It's when we meet our fragility that we can discover strengths hidden from us before. It's when we face the loss of what we know and take for granted that we learn to see and love it with a consciousness and joy that were not available to us before. When we can look at the parts of ourselves that feel uncomfortable, the parts of ourselves that feel flawed and broken, and see the gift there, see the beauty there, see the strength that they literally bring out in us. This is when we discover who we are and what our gift truly is. How do I bring my gift forth in a way that serves and shows compassion and love for others? And we talk about the force, all-knowing, all-powerful. And in the Christian biblical, actually the Jewish biblical story of creation, God created the heavens and earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." God created darkness before God created light. The force created darkness before the force created light. Before, there was nothing. Then there was this formless kind of void, and it was dark, and then God created light. When we are confronted with the darkness, this too is part of the force. This too is part of creation. This too is part of the infinite spirit, the lightness and the darkness. They are meant to counterbalance one another. They work together. And appearing to be opposites, they're actually composites. The light casts shadow. Even in the daylight, there is darkness because of the shadow that is cast. Even in the darkness, there is light because of the stars that shine down and the moon. They work together. And so when we're having a dark night of the soul, that's actually when we're really going deep into the truth of the infinite, into the truth of what is, to find the light that dwells within us. And that light is the love that we're created from and by and to be. And I want to remind you also, when I was a little girl growing up in the Methodist Church in a teeny tiny town in Nebraska, which had about this many people in it, right here. I mean, you know, it could seat all of them, maybe 50 people when it was full. And it was never full. Because the whole town was 75 people, okay? You know, literally. It had a co-op gas station, a grain elevator, a combined grocery store, general store, post office, and the Methodist Church. And that was it. And then the little houses that were there. We lived a mile down the road. And so we didn't qualify for a full-time minister, so quite often the local college 10 miles away would send their seminary students to speak. And so every summer when I was back there, we would get a talk on the Greek 7 words for love that the Greek have, where we only have one. The Greek have 7. And it's a good talk, because the kind of love that we're talking about, we tend to lump love. I love pizza. I love my dog. I love my kitty. Oh, look at the kitty. I love that. Oh, I love you. I love going to mommy's. I love, we throw love around like, we're not talking about that kind of love. When we saying love wins, that's not the kind of love we're talking about. We're talking about mama bear love. I'm not talking about puppy, kitty, sweet, gooey love. We're talking about love, the action verb of love. It is not a feeling. It is not a soft, fluttery thing in your heart. It is a power that empowers moms to pick up cars off of babies. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power. That's what love, that's what we're talking about. That's not wishy squishy love. That's love. And that's love that we take action with. Not to tear down other things, but to build up new things. What Buckminster Fuller said, you don't create something, a better world, by tearing down what is. You build something new, which makes that obsolete. You don't even put any energy into what is. You build something that makes the other obsolete. That's love. That's action. That's movement. Jim Lockard. I shared this on Facebook, so sorry to those of you who follow my feed and read that, but he's got an exquisite blog. It is dense and heavy and intellectual and spiritual and mystical all at the same time, and I'm reading you one little piece of it here because this is where the rubber hits the road, quite literally. Fierce spirituality is about seeing that being disturbed is what spiritual development is all about. We do not grow from comfort. We grow from challenges. And we become of greater value to the world around us by confronting and overcoming those challenges. As long as our New Thought principles are viewed and taught merely as a means to personal satisfaction and the manifestation of things, we are doomed to the ash bins of history. This is not just about me feeling better and taking care of myself. This is about me creating a world that works for everyone. Because I can. And that's not an angry threat or a fear-based threat, that's a loving threat. It's a loving promise. I'm going to love you so much you're going to drive you right out of your skull. We need to look at how we view love, how we view our life, how we view the world around us, how we view relationships, how we view the person in the mirror. That's the most important person, the most challenging person we're ever going to have to deal with. It's the only person we live with our entire life. Family comes and goes, friends come and go, but I am still the one in the mirror. In October, we are looking, oh God, I'm going to have so much fun in October. We are looking at paradox. The whole idea of this and that. This is true, and so is that. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread, and he who hesitates is lost. You know, totally conflicting advice, and both are totally true. Paradox asks us to step out of being in either or dynamics, to stop seeing things as this or that. If I choose this, that's not possible. If I choose that, this isn't possible. Stop it. Bob Newhart, stop it. We have to go with, this is all possible. This is the emergent strategy. This is how things come up. This is how the new is built, by that which appears to be polar opposites coming together to create something new and greater out of the two apparent disparities. And then in November, we're going to be looking at what we call the mundane, the sacred, and the profane, with the realization that neither one exists outside of the sacred. That sacred is what everything is. I can treat something as though it is mundane. I can treat something as though it is profane, but it's all sacred. And that, to do both of those lessons that we're coming up on in the coming 2 months, we really need love. We really need love of self. We really need love of each other. We really need the recognition that there is only one of us here. We may get in separate cars or vehicles and drive to separate homes to live, but at the soul, at the center, at the hub of the wheel, we are one. My pain is your pain is my pain. Your joy is my joy is your joy. We are always constantly interacting and sharing. Literally, even as we're sitting in here, we're sharing cells together. Our bodies are talking to each other without us even touching each other. How do I let love win in my own life? How do I let love win in my own life? How can I let love, how can I demonstrate my love more often? These are questions to go into the week with, and I want to close with the words of the master teacher, Yeshua, Jesus, at the Last Supper. A new command I give you. Love one another. As I have loved you, so must you love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, that you love one another. Love of self, love of other. And there is no other. There's only us. And love wins. All right, I would like to ask Radiant to come up. I need the podium mic to be on. And Radiant is going to share a brief transformational moment.
Yes. So first start by just taking a look at me. So vulnerable for me to just stand up here like this, open without my shawl on top of me. So I have to say I use this teaching, and a lot of you, some of you who are in the crowd and who are new to this congregation don't know me from 5 years ago or 10 years ago. But if you are on Facebook, you can research my photographs from over 5 years ago, and you'll see a vast difference in who I am. And I currently weigh 134 pounds. I used to weigh 222 pounds. And I use this teaching in my everyday life. And granted, it took me a few years to do it. I hypervigilantly focused my energy on changing my body and speaking to my body. My body is an example of our teaching. It's the bottom part of the teaching symbol. It's doesn't care what I put into it. It doesn't care. My body doesn't have a mind. I have a mind. I control the mind. The body doesn't care what I feed it. The body doesn't need Pepsi. The body doesn't care for salt or sugar or protein. The body wants healthy food. And every person's body in this room or whoever hears my voice is an entirely different individualization of experiences. So figuring out how to find peace and live in your body it can be complicated for people. Our society leads us to believe that if we take this pill or do this one thing, that our body will change to meet whatever. Our body will change based on the thoughts that we think. Our body will reciprocate for every time we make a change in our life that benefits us. And our body will tell the story of where we were. So I have arm flaps. And you know what? I love my arm flaps because my arm flaps tell me that I overcame something really hard. And I'll tell you that I had lots of time with our minister. I've had lots of time with our practitioners. And I met with Reverend Trish one day, and we were talking about a weight loss thing, and I said, "Oh my God, it's going to be so hard." And she said, "Well, Radiant, what if it was just easy?" "Trish, you don't understand. It's going to be hard." And she said, "I know, Radiant, but what if it was easy?" And I said, "You just don't get it." And she was like, "You know when a minister tells you something 3 times, there might be a thing." And she, bless her heart, because she could have just been so like, I don't know that I could be just so nice. But she's like, "Well, Radiant, what if it could just be easy this time?" And even though I balked, I listened to what she said, and I started thinking thoughts of it could be easy. And those doubting thoughts came into my head all the time. No, 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 no. I talked with Reverend Trish. We've worked it out. It's going to be easy this time. And it was. And it's been a process, and I'm grateful to show up in this community of my body, of having worked it out. And I just want you to know that if you meet with practitioners, if you meet with the members of our community, you can use this teaching to better your life. So thanks.
If you work it, it works. And we are now at the point in our and I have a Kathy, would you go, V, one of you, no. Okay. It's that point in our time where we do our giving and receiving. And if you would take your gift and put it next to your heart, or if you don't have a gift today, just put your hand over your heart and say with me, "I bless this gift, knowing it is the circulation of divine good." And we are going to be singing the offering song.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything.
And we now have, we give thanks because we have one more song, which I think you're going to love, by the fabulous Blaine Moody.
So this is a song that I first heard about 20 years ago when I came to this philosophy. It's called "Give Yourself to Love." And I'm sure most everybody knows it here. I was talking to my wife about this song and saying, some of these verses seem really secular. She goes, well, a lot of people use the word love for God. And that changed my whole being about this song. Kind friends all gather round. There's something I would say. What brings us together has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle, it holds us all inside, where strangers are all family and loneliness can't hide. So just give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked the mountains in the rain. I've learned to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise and now watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you, but I never did know how. But like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. So just give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Well, love is born in fire. It's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it can give you what you need. Love comes when you're ready, and love comes when you're afraid. It can be your greatest teacher, the best friend you've ever made. Let's sing together. Just give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. So I'd like you to put your hand over your heart, and we're going to own this by singing, I give myself to love. I give myself to love. Love is what I'm after. I open up my heart to the tears and laughter, and I give myself to love. I give myself to love. Let's sing that one more time. I give myself to love. Love is what I'm after. I open up my heart to the tears and laughter, and I give myself to love. I give myself to love. I give myself to love. Give myself to love. Oh, that was good.
I am so grateful for that day that I was speaking in Salem, and you were the special music, and we talked about having you come down here and magic.
And I have been to retreats, and I've been
Yeah,
taking
he's-
classes from here. It's a great community.
We love him. And how's Annie?
She's with the grandbabies this weekend.
Ah, good for her, good for her. And he has some albums for sale out in the foyer. So if you want to stop in the foyer on the way out and take him home with you, figuratively speaking. And announcements, we've got a lot of them today. So Men's Coffee Tuesday, 10 a.m., food court at 5th Street Market. Get your coffee downstairs. And then head up to the food court or get your coffee anywhere you want to get your coffee, I guess. But get it to the food court and at 10 a.m. and there'll be a group of guys there having a good time talking. And every Wednesday in the sanctuary, the Wednesday gathering, it did not end with the departure of Reverends Donna and Linda. It is continuing on. And this week, as a matter of fact, it's going to be a special week because I will be there with the new team. We've got a whole team that is taking over this, and you'll see Reverend Liz and Radiant and Susan and Danu. And we're all coming together to talk about what we want this to be in the future and how you want it to be in the future. So please, if you are able Wednesday evening, come in. We may even talk about changing the time to make it a little earlier so that it's, especially as we get on into winter, we're not out till 7:30 at night, you know, us old codgers. Patricia Parrott. Patricia, would you stand so people see who you are? She does energy work that is absolutely fantastic. You can get an appointment with her through the end of the year or through Christmas time. And instead of paying her, you pay the center. So she's doing this as a fundraiser for the center. And how much have we raised, Susan?
Over $300. And I just want to say really quickly, I had a session with Patricia. Highly recommend. Been getting lots of really good feedback from the people who have done it.
Susan, for those of you at home, Susan is giving a testimonial about how good it is and how much everybody loves it.
Yeah.
And annual membership drive. Please complete your form if you haven't completed it. Again, don't panic. It is not, you're not putting your credit card information online. You are just committing to whether or not you're going to be a member this coming year and what range of giving you're going to be doing. So please help us as we plan for our annual meeting in October. And we can take this one down now because we have two people who want to be full-term members and two people who want to be adjunct members. So we are in good shape with the board. I'm continuing with Soup for the Soul. For those of you who thought we didn't believe in heaven, this week the talk is on, or the discussion is the principle of heaven. And for those of you who may not be aware, heaven is a state of consciousness, not a place we go, okay? Just so you know. But I'm making albondigas and cornbread. So those of you who can come, I would love to have you there. And okay, Northwest Conference. It is fabulous. We have 6 guest speakers, 2 Friday night, 2 Saturday morning, 2 Saturday night, 4 workshops Saturday afternoon, and a huge group of musicians who are absolutely phenomenal, and a Sunday service that is 90 minutes instead of 60 with music out the yazoo. And we need 50 people to break even, to cover the costs. Those of you who are saying, oh, we'll get our ticket, we'll get our ticket, we'll get our ticket. Well, we need the money up front. If I don't have it by the 27th, we're going to have to cancel it. We have 20 people who have signed up right now. We need 30 more. So if you were thinking of being on here and you haven't gotten your ticket purchased yet, it's $125 for a life-transforming weekend. It literally will. How many people have been to it before? Has it changed your life? Yes. Yes, Kathy's up there going, yes. Absolutely. It is an amazing experience, and it is basically zip point expense. It's really $125 for all of that is nothing. So please, if you would like to see this happen, please sign up right now and get us going. Check out the book boutique. If you find something in there after the service that you want, you can go in the social hall and in the office and purchase it. There's plenty of ways to be in service. And Kathy Day, would you come up and talk about the practitioners briefly, because we are over.
A little over.
A little over.
All right. We have fantastic practitioners here who have wonderful consciousness and who are able to see the truth of you and know the truth of you and know a greater expanding truth of your experience of life. And we want to be here to help you, to support you in your greater expression of life. So take advantage of this because it's really good. I've created all kinds of wonderful trips and got through experiences I never thought I'd get through, and it's just really worthwhile. So please take advantage. Our practitioners today is Reverend Liz, Ona Chambers, Radiant Gains, Reverend Linda Finley, and me, Kathy Day, and Kathy Day. So take advantage of us. We'll be standing around. Just grab us and say, I want a treatment. Not I need a treatment, I want a treatment.
Closing song. I don't think they heard what I said, but that's okay. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
Choose, please repeat after me. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. And so it is.